I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
All right, British Prime Minister Liz Truss resigns after just 45 days in office, making her the shortest-serving prime minister in the history of the UK. Just one day after she rejected calls to resign from her own party to step down over her economic plan. She had just said this.
Mr. Speaker, I am a fighter and not a quitter.
Well, today, Truss acknowledged that she made mistakes, apologized for her budget plan. Former Brexit Party leader Nigel Farage joins us now. We're trying to analyze this, Nigel, and it's good to see you. What I want to know is she comes out with this tax plan right out of the gate, which to me seemed a lot like the tax plan that Trump revealed right when he was elected back in early 2017. Why did the markets hate this so much? Why did this whole thing collapse around this tax plan, which is just basically trying to stimulate the economy with tax cuts, like every Republican does?
Well, there was a run on the markets, you're absolutely right, although the pound fell less than the yen fell against a very strong dollar, 0.1, 0.2. Interest rates went up on the forward markets, but our interest rates are still lower than the USA. Yeah. So a lot of myth around this. Look, I'll tell you what's going on here. For the first time in almost 4 decades, for the first time since Margaret Thatcher, a prime minister said, the state is too big. You're paying too much tax. We need to allow small business, free market, genuine capitalist enterprise to flourish, rather than focusing on the big global corporates. And the assault was immediate. Yeah. It came from the IMF. It came from the Biden administration. It came from the German chancellor. The attack was incredible. I mean, the proposal to reduce top rate tax from 45p to 40 was hardly radical. It was 40p for the whole of Tony Blair's time as prime minister. So the globalist attack came, and sadly, the modern British Conservative Party is not conservative. Right. The majority of the MPs are globalists. They are EU Remainers. And they were the ones who didn't have the nerve to see this through. And literally, and I mean this, what we've seen in the last week is a globalist coup. We had a man called Jeremy Hunt installed as our Chancellor of the Exchequer. He literally immediately took over the reins of government. And when Truss said in that speech that you just showed that she was unable to fulfill her mandate, she was absolutely right. And we are now back with a Conservative Party that is big state, high tax, net zero, and globalist in nature. It's a coup. I can't believe the oldest functioning democracy in the world has been subjected to a globalist coup, but it's happened.
It makes that, honestly, you just answered perfectly my question that I've been wondering all day long, and that makes so much sense in how this happened. It is just, it's incredible. And I wondered, I was like, it's not a bad plan. Like on its face, it just wasn't a bad plan. And it was a tax cut. I mean, and you're like, well, why did everything tank around it? It just seemed like there was something going on that made no sense to me. You've said the Conservative Party, you just said it, is dead and is in need of replacing. You've hinted at your own political comeback, but will they allow it? Tell us more about that first off, but will they allow that?
Well, it's very difficult. Our system, we're a very old country, and our system is designed to keep two big parties in power on a sort of interchangeable basis. For new challengers to take this on and beat it's not easy. I beat them. I won 2 national elections in the European elections, but that was under proportional representation and around one key issue. What I'm now talking about is replacing a party that has been there for 200 years, arguably the most successful political party in the Western world. So the magnitude of this task is such that I, Nigel Farage, can't do this on my own. Yeah. I'm going to need, because our system is not presidential. If it was, I could run. It's not. Yeah. We have to put together a party that can win power in this country. If not, at the next election, the one after. So if there are significant numbers, a handful would do of high-profile public figures that share my vision, that believe We need a proper Conservative Party that believes in small state, low tax, entrepreneurship, scrapping this net zero insanity as China builds 80 new coal-fired power stations every year. If we can put together a group of people, we can take on the establishment, take on the globalists, and have a go. I repeat the point. I can't do it on my own.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can try, I can lead, but I need support.
Nigel, I got 10 seconds left, real 10 seconds. Who's going to be the next PM in your country? Who do you think it is?
Boris Johnson's hat's back in the ring. It could be him. I suspect, though, he's got too much baggage. I think it'll be Rishi Sunak, former Goldman Sachs employee and a man who wants to raise corporation tax by 30% in our country.
Great. They need you back, sir. Good to see you. Good to have you on, Nigel.